Alright, timestamp. It is, thank you, Tanner. It is August 22nd, 2025, about 3:09 a.m. About 3:09 a.m. As I get ultra specific, it's about 3:09 a.m. and 43 seconds, roughly. So, set up a little while ago. Kicked Tiny and I both kicked some butt yesterday, projects around the house. And because of the cyclonic behavior of my parents, you can't tell, but we know that we got a lot done. It's just, good God. Yeah, got that out. Actually, looking over my list from yesterday. Yep, I cleared that. I did that. My God, man, I did all. I just crossed off 5 things. 6 things. I feel very good about this. 7 things. That was a thing that. 8 things. One of those was a Tiny thing. The other one was a tag team between Tiny and myself. Oh, I'm going to have to make a new list. Oh well. If the camera at any point goes kaplooey, that is because I am battling for bar space with Kaiser, which is Tiny's rather ornery 14-year-old tuxedo cat. He's currently sprawled out on the other side of my very fancy rig. I'll actually show you. It's very, very fancy. It's one of my lollipop jars and my micro recorder. That is a Kaiser. Am I getting him? There he is. He is the progeny of Lorja, my 17-year-old mama cat. And I'm not going to say he's the last of the line, because here's the thing. Lorja was our outdoor cat for the first 8 or 9 years of her life. Always met me at the door. I mean, she was the perfect cartoon outdoor cat. I would go down to, there's a convenience store a block and a half away. She would, and if I needed to get smokes or something like that, lottery ticket, whatever, she would walk with me down there, wait outside the door, like by the ice machine, and then walk back with me. Not even joking. There were a few occasions where I would do that. She would plunk down by the ice machine, sitting, watching warily. And people would be pulling up in their car and they'd be like, "Hey, look, whose cat is that?" And I would very, very plainly say, "She's with me." And sometimes people would even go, "Oh, cute kitty," and go over to approach her, and she'd duck around the fence. And I watched this happen. I'm like, she's with me. She is not your cat. She does not know you. She's waiting for me to get done with my business, and then she's going to go home with me. And they're like, "Gonna go home with you?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, because she's with me." Listen to my words. For years. But during those 8 or 9 years, because she was not fixed, I know, bad monkey, she was a kitten machine. She was a kitten machine. I don't even know how many litters she had, but we frequently adopted kittens of hers. Kaiser was one of the kittens from her 3rd litter, somewhere in there. And yes, he is named for Kaiser Soze, because of how evil he can be. He's wily. He is absolutely everything you would expect from a tuxedo cat. Every bit. Coffee-wise, we are actually doing Great Value. Great Value has some pretty decent flavored coffees. This is the Caramel Pecan, or Pecan. My dad pronounces it that way. I never understood that. It's pecan. Pecan. I know there's actually two ways to pronounce it. It's that. You ever heard a word that has more than one way to pronounce it, and the way the word is pronounced that you don't use, just makes you go pecan? Pecan? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel pretty good. I did just get up, so my sinuses are a little non-cooperative right now. My right nostril is a little... Everybody is on board with the rationing cigars for me, which is great. Pix came over. She was late. She had to do laundry. That morning when you have somewhere to go and you realize, I don't have clean pants. She had that moment. So she did laundry, and apparently she fell asleep because she had as she put it, a Stevie on her chest. Stevie is her 4-pound, yes, adult cat. 4 pounds, actually like 4 pounds, 3 ounces. Little white cat with like a couple like little black gray spots, whatnot. Cute little thing. Permanent kitten. Very Claudia. But apparently Stevie curled up on her chest and purred her into a coma. So the benefit of making your own schedule is she could actually do that and the world didn't end. She wasn't late for an important meeting. She didn't lose her job because she missed a shift. We're in a unique and blessed situation there. There is our own version of stress, so there's no free lunch, you know what I mean? But the mandatory schedule thing, we don't have those issues. That's one blessing that we've got going on, which is kind of cool, frankly. We can take a day off if we need to. Will we pay for it later? Maybe, because if you've been following, I'm Marcus Wolfgang, by the way. Feel free to say hi to me. I don't know if you want to share. I keep hearing YouTubers like, share, and subscribe. I am trying to grow what I've got going on here. This is just me, uncensored. You're looking at my world, and you're going to hear how I see the world. And sometimes I get a little political. Sometimes I mention things like that, and I know I've angered some people or made some people kind of squeamish. Sorry. I'm being raw, honest, and hey, on the bright side, I'm not AI. I'm real. So a little bit of realness in your life. Sharing my realness with you. Unusual circumstances in my world currently, but if you've been watching for a while, you know that. My mom passed away a few months ago. My dad is currently in a home and resents it, which I understand, but dementia and the potentiality for him to be dangerous is real. So there are reasons. Do I feel guilty about it? Because I've had a couple people ask me that. Yes, and also no. I feel guilty in the respect that I know that on the surface it kind of looks like I've basically imprisoned my dad, because we did forcibly put him in a home. The reality is he is suffering from wild paranoid delusions. He's a Vietnam vet. He's got PTSD. And he has been hallucinating for 8 years. He's potentially dangerous. We're still finding. I'm camped out in my parents' house with Tiny, my daughter, and we are excavating my parents' world. 80 plus years of hoarding. Um, there's trash and there's treasure, and there's mess, and lots of it. And we're trying to repair things because over the past couple of years, exactly. Um, that was Zybots making an explosion sound effect, and comedic timing. That machine's like nails it. There are a lot of things that are in disrepair, disarray, broken, not serviceable. And here I am. Also in disarray. But I wanted to do something a little different in the respect of I've had quite a few people, and feel free to actually comment and not just DM me. You can, it's fine. I don't. If it gets too big, I might have a hard time keeping up. But so far, I'm not a huge channel, so I can communicate with you, and I'm happy to. I'm in my own hermitage here, pretty much. I got my wife and my other kid that come over every now and then because they're trying to run that household. We're trying to get this household under control, and we're hoping to meet in the middle. But this is probably going to be a 2-year project. Honestly, we're trying to keep it under 2 years if we can, but I don't know if that's going to work. And yes, I'm a bit of a Looney Tunes fan. This is one of those sports mugs I think I mentioned the other day. And I did scroll around eBay, and the only ones that I found were the 4. I thought there were more. I'm watching a couple of lots right now on eBay. Kind of thrifty. I don't want to pay, $15, $20 per mug. Kind of not going to happen. But I had gotten a set of 4. I had ordered it like 4 or 5 months ago, and I never even opened the box until my wife brought it here the other day, and the Taz mug was broken. So I'm a little bummed about that. But there are only apparently 4 in the set, or at least the 30 lots that I looked at on eBay. Those are the only 4 pieces of the 4. Like they'd have 2 of it, or 1 of it, or 3 of it, or all 4. Those are the only ones that I saw. So I'm guessing they only made the 4. But there's Bugs playing baseball. There's Daffy Duck, not Doug. If you saw the other video, yeah. I don't know what the hell that was about. He is playing golf. There is Yosemite Sam, which I'm very happy about. I'm not necessarily a big Sam fan, but they don't do Sam merchandise that often, so actually having a mug is kind of cool. He's playing basketball, and Taz is playing football. Those apparently are the only 4 that were in the set. Either that, or there's a 5th and a 6th that are so rare no one on eBay has them. Which the likelihood of that is kinda nope. But I got in one of the things, because I've ordered a couple things here and there on eBay. And I had mentioned the other day that sometimes the background sound that you're hearing, one of them is Tanner complaining about life in general. The other is Janus, who is attempting to scratch his neck through the cone. And it's not working out for him. But he's looking stronger, he's looking good. He's actually coming up on feeding time here in about an hour. And I did look up that other medication, the brown bottle. Did I keep it up on my screen? I did not. But apparently it's a very common, it's like liquid Tyson or something like that. I'm not going to worry about it this second, but I looked it up because I was kind of curious, what am I giving this cat? And it is a vitamin supplement, which is rather heavy in iron, and it's frequently given to cats after surgery because iron helps with the blood. So I feel a little better about that just because I had that moment of, what am I putting in this cat? And he's still on a painkiller because he had his arm amputated, basically. It was not a compound fracture, but a really complex, pretty serious fracture. It was infected. He had gotten it trapped, we're guessing, in something here or whatnot. We don't even know. But, and the docs, I talked to two of the docs and a couple of med techs, and they were like, look, amputation is kind of what we do here. We could try and set it, but the problem is with the infection and everything else, it may not set right. He's going to have arthritis immediately. That arm is going to be pain for him every day of his life. They're like, tripod cats get along fine. They recover very quickly. You'll be surprised. He'll be fine. So, okay. And he does have a nasty, it's like flux capacitor, this like 3 jagged thing. Very Frankenstein ugly. But, it's getting there. And I think we're going to be friends because he's doing a lot more of the sniffing my hand thing when I'm putting food in there. He seems to be interested in engaging a little bit. But, you know, like a nervous date, you give me the signs. I'm not going to make any moves. I've tried to pet you twice and you hissed at me, so when you're ready, then you'll let me know. Because that's how you deal with, like, semi-feral. But he sees me loving on, I have 2 cats here of my own. Jinx, who is a black cat, of course, and Hexy, who is my tuxedo. Hexy Doodle, who is probably exploring the garage. He likes doing that. He usually will emerge with like dust and cobwebs on the side of his face or whatnot. It's a thing. It's yeah. But I mentioned the other day that I frequently will buy lots that I see that are that I can break up and resell bits of, keep parts of. And sometimes when I do that, they are mismarketed, in my opinion. I'm not the end-all be-all of sales, but I have a little bit of common sense. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, too. Okay, so if I can do that, yeah. So that was the main thumbnail, the main screen on eBay. If you're looking through listings, that is what you would see, would be that sort of wooden-looking TARDIS. And the description for the lot is Doctor Who Collection. Well, the problem with that is Doctor Who Collection, and you're just looking at a wooden TARDIS. That tells you, I'm gonna quote the almighty Bruce here, Jack and shit, and Jack left town. So wooden TARDIS and $70. $70. Doctor Who Collection. Most people are gonna keep on swiping, you know, to use like was it Tinder reference? But I looked through the other pictures because I was curious, and I clicked on it and said Doctor Who Collection. That's one item. That's not really a collection. Is there more to this? Or are you confused about the word collection? You know what I mean? So I looked at the other pictures, clicked on the link and looked at the pictures and went, oh. So I'm going to do an unboxing. My wife already like cut the top flap, but didn't actually pull it. So I haven't even actually looked through it to see what all is here. I was happy to see me. Tool of the trade. Carefully. You don't want to damage stuff. Some of the stuff that I saw in the pictures I can resell. The probably make my money back, frankly. And some of it looked like stuff I don't already have. It was a mixed bag of stuff. Because it actually was a Doctor Who collection. Just really foolishly. What? In my opinion, very foolishly labeled. What are you? Something that I couldn't really tell from the pictures exactly what it was. Okay. Speaking of Bruce, Mr. Fancy Pants over here, what are you? What are you? Oh. Oh. You are a Dalek alarm clock? Oh, how marvelous. This is, I guess, a Dalek alarm clock of some sort. It's got the... Looks like the batteries haven't even been, like, pulled out. But it's got the buttons there, and it looks like a little readout, so I'm guessing it's like a little... like a desk clock. Oh. Oh, my dear. You're very handsome. Okay. That is most likely going to be staying with me. Okay, I know what this is. I saw it. This was in the picture, and I understood what it was. We actually had blind bags when these first came out at the shop. My wife and I ran a hobby shop for 9 years. I got in a couple cases of this. It was the blind bags of the figures. Works better when I put it on the camera. So we had like Amy and a couple different 11th Doctor and Cyberman and Ood. Love the Ood. Okay. So it comes with 11th Doctor, Amy Pond, and a dematerializing TARDIS. I'm going to resell it. I don't need it. I would play with it for 5 minutes and then it would be on a shelf somewhere, and we're trying to like stop doing that. So that I'll be reselling, but it's pretty cool. It's got dematerializing TARDIS, so that's kind of neat. These guys are on about that scale. They're a little bigger than Lego figures. I still have my Ood and some others over there, which I adore. Yes. I say yes, but I'm not actually not sure which one you want. Dalek alarm clock? I wonder if it like yells out "exterminate your day" or something like that. It's funny though. Wake up call. Alert! Alert! I'm aware that I'm a dork. It's not like a revelation. I don't really think. I have to check and see if I already have this one, because if I do, I'll just resell them. But little Tennant action there. The 6-inch figures, in my opinion, are actually quite good. I'm a bit of an action figure snob, but I don't necessarily need the like $50 Marvel 146 points of articulation. I don't necessarily need that. The little 6-inch ones that they do are really quite good. He's real, he's not a knockoff. But I think I might already have the figure. If I already have the figure, I'll just resell that one. This is one of the things that I was very much anticipating. It's one of the reasons that I picked up the lot, honestly. Yes. Now I already have this one. Still works. I already have one of those. so I'll probably resell that. This, however, I don't have. Well, I do now. Oh. This is a Tom Baker sonic screwdriver. Fourth Doctor. I didn't have one of those. And I tried to get one a while back and they were sold out. Oh, I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. But yeah, I already have... I already have one of those. So, it's in great shape though. I mean, mine is too, of course, but I take care of my toys. And this is that wooden TARDIS looking thing. That intrigued me a great deal. Because I had never seen this before. Resell. Out of the way. Reselling those. Oh. And we're back. This was very intriguing to me because I'd never seen anything like this before. And that's actually part of what caught my attention was wooden TARDIS? What be you be? You know when your 5-year-old is wrapping Christmas presents and you give them a roll of tape, a brand new roll of tape, and somehow they wrapped 3 presents and used the entire roll of tape? That's what we got going on right now. Right here, right now. Now you're neat. You're neat. If you're handmade, you were handmade by somebody with tremendous skill. This has got to be manufactured. Made real wood. Oh, look at you. These are cool. Like, look at this scoop. These are cool. They're like woodcuts of the Doctors. Kind of caricature. Really fun. Alright, so like that's the Patrick Troughton, and it even has on the base Troughton. This is what I mean by caricature. That's Tom Baker, which it's caricature. And they even inscribed it Tom Baker, which wondered if they were going to do that just because, if you know your Who, the 6th Doctor is Colin Baker. John Pedway. Yes. Looking magnificent with his ruffled shirt. These are cool. Well, that's McGann. I'm guessing there's a base in there somewhere. The short-lived 8th Doctor. Would have been nice to see him in some episodes. He's fun. Hey, that looks like Colin Baker. Meh. Don't fight me. Peter Davison. I met him, very charming. Very shy, too. It was funny. There was a Who convention in the late 80s, I guess. And there were screaming, it was like the Beatles had come to town. And I think, being a reserved Brit, he was just like not sure how to take that. It was really funny, honestly, because he was just like, "Hello, yes, nice to meet you, yes. Oh, Johnny, yes, hello." Just very like low key, like, "Oh my God, I am overwhelmed right now." Okay, Capaldi. I was almost hoping he'd have his guitar. Sylvester McCoy. Oh, and they have a number on him too? Well, they do. Okay. I just noticed a very prominent 7 on the bass. Grown to like him a great deal, actually, thanks to Roku. A lot of his scripts are really, really silly, though. I wish they'd gone a little bit more gritty with him more often. Because there's some edge to some of the stuff, like Happiness Patrol. A lot of fun. It definitely has some edge to it. But it's still really campy. Which I can appreciate, but tone it back a little bit, guys. I'm going to guess you're William Hartnell. Okay, all the bases are in the bottom. And then Tennant. Okay, so we're missing a few, aren't we? Is this no, it's not before they did Matt Smith, because I have a Capaldi. So I do not have a Matt Smith, who would have been in between Tennant and Capaldi. And I do not have an Eccleston. Interesting. 9, 2, 2, 10. Yeah. Like doing the math in my head. Yeah, it doesn't have Eccleston or Smith. And by right, it should. And in the picture they showed, it was hard to tell. They just had like woodcuts. So I may need to actually go on a hunt, find and acquire, because I'm assuming they made them. Is this some kind of a model kit? It's very nice. It's very well made. I mean, you can see it's, you know, they did the overlapping kind of glittery paint. If this was done by a private citizen, they got some mad skills. This is some good woodworking. But I'm wanting to say that this was probably a kit of some sort, stamped out model kit, maybe like a wood model kit. It's even got the little placard out front. It's kind of hard to make out the words. I can see free, public, and pull to open. And what do? You push. And then again. Oh, wait, no, stop it. Davison Colin Baker. And that's the 5 stamps for them. Yeah, okay. Not unhappy, but now I have a new side quest. Thanks. Because, interesting. I'm gonna have to do some searches. I'll let you know if I find anything. Very curious. Very curious. But that's incredibly cool. But no Smith and no Eccleston. Now I know there was some bad blood with Eccleston. But I'm also willing to bet, because they did do Eccleston figures, that that. It just fits on there all sexy. They did do figures, so he does have the whole likeness rights contract to where they can make stuff with his face on it and he may get a piece of it, but he doesn't really have the right or the ability to say no. That's usually how that works. So despite the bad blood that he might have, and I've heard that he's getting over it, that he's getting better, but he had a problem with the production team and there were issues. Despite all that, if they could make one, they did, which means they probably did. Interesting. I'm going to have to let my fingers do the walking a little bit. That's a Yellow Pages reference, by the way. You can look that up. Google that at will. Interesting. The way the top is kind of put together. They made the light kind of more rectangular, not squared. But it acts as the joint basically to keep the 4 plates on the top together. Very cool. Oh, I like this. That's very cool. But yeah, I've got between the screwdriver, probably the David Tennant, and the not exactly character design, the not Lego kit. I should be able to make my money back. I may not double on this one, but I can't really complain because I've been wanting to get one of these for 10 years, honestly. Because when we were running the shop, these came out. And I wanted to get one, and I was too slow. Too slow. They sold out before I could get one. Tom Baker was my first doctor. I have become the whole who is your doctor? David Tennant. I'm Tennant all the way. I think he was amazing as the doctor. But my first episode was Genesis of the Daleks. And I saw this amazing British science fiction TV show with a cliffhanger ending after a 25-minute episode. I tuned in the next night. God bless you, PBS. And I was hooked. This was so cool and so different. And yeah, I'm very pleased. Just kidding. Didn't actually. Anyway. So, I just did an unboxing. Told myself I'd probably never do one of those. Character options. Yeah, that's who has the rights to this. Yeah. I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. Alright. I'm going to put my toys away and get started on some work. And you should do the same. Kidding. If you have the day off, enjoy it. Quit surviving and thrive. This is cool. Alright. Make it a great day.